Get ready with me while I tell you guys the story of how living with my best friend ended our friendship. Last summer, I was looking for roommates in the fall when our school term started, and two of my best friends at the time were both looking for roommates too. So we all decided to live together as we had all known each other for about 5 years. Let's call the roommates James and Amy. An important detail for this story is that James and Amy used to be friends before this, but their friendship ended because Amy confessed to James that she had a crush on him. Unfortunately, James did not reciprocate those feelings, so their friendship ended. But when we were talking about rooming together, Amy assured me that those feelings were completely gone as that had happened years earlier, and she basically told me not to worry about it and that the roommate situation would work. So we bit the bullet, we signed the lease, and soon after we all moved in together. This is where it became very apparent that Amy's feelings for James were not gone whatsoever. Amy started becoming a carbon copy of James. She started listening to all the music he listened to. She would constantly ask to borrow his clothes and wear them out. And it was just very clear that she would always side with James anytime we had any debate about anything related to being roommates. James clocked this pretty much immediately after living together, and he basically talked to me because we were pretty good friends, and he told me, hey, like, honestly, she makes me kind of uncomfortable, so I think at some point we're gonna have to have a conversation about this. But right around the time period this was happening, I got an internship offer, which meant that I had to move away for 3 months while Amy and James lived alone together. So I flew down to San Francisco, and for a couple months, Amy and James were living alone in the apartment together. And James was basically constantly texting me while I was away, begging me to come back essentially because he found it very, very awkward to be living alone with Amy, who very clearly had some feelings towards him. While I was living in San Francisco, Amy and James asked me if they could come visit me down in San Francisco and stay in my apartment while they visited the city. Naturally, I agreed, so they came and flew down, and this is where all shit hit the fan. The trip had been going fine until the very last day when I woke up and realized that my phone was not where it was when I had fallen asleep. Amy and I were sharing a bed, and I had gone to sleep with my phone on this side of me, and I woke up with the phone in between Amy and I. Immediately, I could tell something was wrong, but I still had work to do because I was interning, so I just headed to work and didn't think anything of it. I got off work early that day because Amy and James and I had plans to visit Palo Alto after my work. But when I got back, I found that Amy was acting really, really weird and like moody, and I was concerned that she like fell sick or something because that's literally how it seemed. So I asked her if anything was wrong, and she assured me no, nothing was wrong, and that she just didn't feel like going out to Palo Alto that day. A detail I didn't mention yet is that Amy's ex went to Stanford, and we had plans that day to go to Palo Alto, right? So my theory about why she was acting so moody was that she realized that we might run into her ex, and she was starting to get kind of emotional about it, which I would have completely understood. And I had actually introduced her and her ex, meaning that I had his location on my Find My map, and I thought like, oh, maybe Amy went through my phone that night, and she found his location on the Find My map so that she could see if he was there. But you can let me know your guys' theories as to what happened at this point and come into part 2 for what actually happened.
Get ready with me while I'll tell y'all about the time that I ran away. I think I was like, I don't really know how old I was, but I was kind of young. I was like a teenager, whatever. And recently I had gotten this boyfriend, and I really liked him, y'all, like a lot. But the thing is, this boy was known for like being a bad boy, like it just wasn't good. He didn't have a good reputation. The thing is about me is I've always been quite stubborn. Like, I hate being told what to do, like what I can do and what I can't do. So when she told me, and was like, you can't go out with him, that was like set off something in my head. Basically had like a massive argument, and I was like, I'm not doing this. So later that night when we went to sleep, my mom thought, it's over now, whatever. Like, she gets the message, you're not going out with him. Little did she know. So later that night, I got my bag. I got some money. I actually stole some money from my mom's purse. I put some clothes in a bag, some food, some water. I texted him, and I was like, I'm like running away, doing a run away with me. And he was like, yeah. So we ran away together. We didn't really know where we were going, but we just caught a random train somewhere. I don't know. And then, like, I don't know, we were kind of just walking around, and we got bored, and we were like, what are we actually, like, doing here? Like, what is our plan here? And to be honest with y'all, I kind of started to get a little bit scared, and I was like, I kind of want to just go home now, like. And then I kind of realized what my mom meant by she doesn't want me going out with him. He was basically like, I have enough money for one train ticket. And I was like, oh damn, like, what are we gonna do? And he was like, well, and then he went, what are you gonna do? And I was like, what? And he was like, well, I have money. Like, it's your problem if you don't get out. And I was like, and then he just walked off and got a train. So at that point, I was really scared, y'all. Like, I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm quite young. Like, I've just been left here all by myself. My phone was about to die. I didn't even know if, like, I had Wi-Fi or anything that I even could do anything about it. And then, come back for part 2, y'all.
Story time on the craziest girl at my high school. And I don't mean fun crazy. I know you guys have been waiting for the story times, and I'm finally all done with high school. So I'm going to start doing like one really good one a week. I'm only going to tell these stories from my personal experience. I don't want to spread like any false information, any false rumors. So if I don't know, I won't be sharing the information. But what I do know is that this girl came to our high school. I forget which year, but she came to our high school. She was all the rave. She was super pretty. She seemed to be super nice. I think I know why she came to our school, but I'm not for sure, so I'm not going to say it. I never really had a big run-in with her until my best friend at the time started dating her ex. I always have heard things because she went through a lot of friend groups, and there was just always some kind of drama attached to that, you know? So anyway, my best friend starts dating her ex. They broke up. She said she didn't cheat. He said she did. She said, I don't know what's true, but basically he meets my best friend, and when I tell you, these two together are the perfect couple. I can't even explain. Like, they're so in love. They're gonna get married. If they don't, I don't believe in love. This girl also gets a boyfriend around the same time. They're both moved on. Great. No, not great, because she's not. She keeps finding ways to text her ex, which is now my best friend's boyfriend, so you know, it's unsettling. They're a happy couple. Leave them alone. He never answers her. He keeps blocking her. Eventually gets to the point where she literally is texting him through her friend's phone. She like sent him a song that like reminded her of him. I'm just like, what? You have a boyfriend. I remember my friend showing me like a DM where she was like, my mom saw you driving today. I was thinking of you. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, it gets to the point where she literally texts him through her friend's phone and is kind of like blackmailing him to talk to her in a way. I'm not going to say why, you know, those are her reasons. That's not for me to talk about on the internet. And my best friend is hanging out with her boyfriend. So, you know, she stands on business and is like, look, if you need to talk to him, like, I'll be right here on the phone with him, but you can call if you need. So the girl's like, never mind. So it's just kind of at a point where, you know, she has a boyfriend. She shouldn't be texting her ex. So this is where I come in. I'm very good at confrontation. I'm also very good with my words. So me and my best friend sit down and we type a long letter for her that's very nice and direct. It wasn't mean whatsoever. The worst part was the end where we were just like, look, if you need help from your ex, we're gonna have to screenshot these texts and send them to your boyfriend because what is going on? She reads the text, but she doesn't answer it. And of course we go to school that week and hear that my best friend apparently sent her some mean text. Obviously no one believed this because, you know, my best friend at the time is so unproblematic. Literally, no one batted an eye when she said something. No, it goes mute for a while, and then we're at the point where my best friend's boyfriend needs his clothes back from this girl. So my friend texts her the first time and asks, and she's just like, well, why doesn't my ex pick it up? Then my best friend fought back and said he doesn't want to waste the gas. So she pulls the I'm not home right now, which is fine. So my best friend texts again and asks for the clothes again, and just saying that she'll swing by to grab them if you leave them on the front porch. Swings by, no one's there. She doesn't get out of her car. There was really no response, so she just kind of went on with her life. And the girl then said she gave away all of his stuff, which didn't make sense for reasons, but I don't want to get the story wrong, so we're just gonna continue. Anyway, this girl's mom ends up texting the girl's ex's, my best friend's boyfriend, and the whole thing is kind of complicated, basically saying that my best friend and her boyfriend's little sister were like harassing this girl. Just everyone knows that that's not true. This girl's mom also called my best friend a horse. Like, what? Sorry, but if you're over the age of 30 and you need to talk crap about high school girls, what are you doing? Her mom has literally made so many girls feel bad about themselves, like almost bullied out of friend groups. Like, I know this is a fact for sure because I have witnessed it. But regardless of the fact, this whole thing just goes on for way too long, and I'm like walking in the hallway behind her and she just doesn't care about who's around her, I guess, because I just hear her talking about this whole scenario completely wrong. Like, she's telling the story. Oh, I messed up on those. Telling the story so wrong wrong in calling my best friend a fan? My best friend doesn't even say this girl's name, let alone act like a fan. And I made a story time about that whole kind of interaction as well, but I've been very careful about the story times that I share, because I did it once to this other girl. Actually, that girl might top craziest chick. I don't even know. I'm not gonna say that because that's mean, but I did do like a story time about homecoming drama, and she made it seem like I was bullying her because I was calling out all the bullying I went through being her friend. Like, what? That'll be another story time. I just don't understand. I'm trying to do these as graceful as possible because, you know, like, I'm not a mean person. I don't like to talk bad about people, but I'm not afraid to spill the truth. And like, right out of high school, no one probably knows who I'm talking about, but basically this whole encounter with this girl lasted like a year and a half, I swear. It's like she forgot me and my best friend at the time literally like lived through each other. Like, everything I knew, she knew. Like, it was like our lives were one, you know? So pretty much the craziest part of all that was just the fact that she still had a boyfriend. It's one thing if you're still hung up on your ex and like you miss him and are trying to ruin someone's relationship, but you have a boyfriend. And there's been other weird allegations with that relationship, but that's not for me to talk on. But I'm ready to go. I actually really like my makeup today. I think it looks super cute and summery. So I hope you guys have a great day. There's a little story time for you guys. I hope you like it. Peace out. Love you. Bye.
I have nearly been kidnapped 4 times in my life. Not once, not twice, but 4 fucking times. And I am going to tell you about them today. Maybe it's for educational purposes, and maybe it's for entertainment purposes. Take it how you will. I guess this is also a trigger warning, just in case you don't want to hear about it. The first time this happened, I was only 8 years old, and it happened in a range. The shop, the range, I have never stepped foot in that shop since. I've been to others, but I've only been like 3 or 4 times. I'm scared for my life. I think it was the end of year 4, and me and my mum had gone to the range to get my teacher at the end of year 4, like a thank you gift, going down different aisles, and I was like, I want her to have a pen. Not just an ordinary pen, it was one of them spiky multicolored pens, had like all the spikes coming off. You got them as earrings as well, but I was like, my teacher has to have one of these pens. Now my mum always kept an eye on me and noticed some strange man was following me down each aisle, but he wasn't going down the aisle with me. He was waiting at the end of each aisle and peering round to check when I would be alone, but obviously my mum clocked very early and was by my side. In true Grace style, I wandered off. Thought, fuck this. I didn't realise what was going on at the time, so I wandered off. And I was like, I need to find these pens. Shortly afterwards, I found the pens. I would like to apologise to my mum because I can't imagine the fear embedded in her when you know a strange man is following your child around a shop and your child wanders off. The audacity. Sorry, Mom. I'm fine now. But like I said, I found the pens. And as I'm looking at the pens, I'm like, oh my God, this one's so cute. This one is unreal. I turn to my left and I see this strange man staring at me, looking at me up and down with long blonde hair, starts walking towards me. And all of a sudden, someone grabs my arm on my right. And I turn and it's my mom. And she is, run. Fucking running out of the range, and you know, who could have happened if my mum didn't find me on time? Yeah, that was the first occasion. The second time I nearly got kidnapped, I was out with my friends playing on bikes. I actually lived in a relatively safe area at this point. It was a very rural, villagey area. Like, it was a lot of fields and greenery. I had just started high school, so I believe I was like 11, 12. I said we were playing out on our bikes, and my mum always told me never to leave the like cul-de-sac estate that we lived on. She said never go outside of the estate, and if you do, let me know and where you're going. Did I let her know? No, I didn't. I thought I was an independent queen at 12 and thought I was indestructible. I learned that very quickly that that's not the right thing to do. Up the road from where I lived, there was like a bridge that you could see over the motorway. So like going to the top and looking at the lorries and, you know, and they would beat back at us and we were like, oh my God, adrenaline rush. So like to add is that I was never good at riding a bike. I would normally just push the bike because I was terrible at riding a bike. So we get to the top of the bridge and we're obviously honking at the lorry drivers, laughing and giggling, finding it ever so funny, until a silver Skoda parks up right next to us. At this point, we're at 2 different ends of the bridge. My friend is on the left side and I am on the right side. The car pulls up. This guy comes out of the passenger seat in an all grey tracksuit, comes around the car, runs after me. I'm obviously not very good at riding a bike, so the sheer panic that runs through my body, I am very lucky to find that there is an alleyway literally right next to where I am. My bike has no brakes, can we bear in mind? All I hear is my friend saying, go, fucking go, and I hop on the bike and I leg it down this hill, because this alleyway is like a steep hill. It's not like just a regular alleyway that's like straight. It goes downhill. Me and my friend have split up at this point. She's gone straight over the bridge and it loops round to our estate. I'm flying down the alleyway. There's a lamppost at the end, which I go straight into. I dump the bike and I fucking run.
Hi guys, get ready with me for basically nothing. I'm just bored. It's already 4 p.m. I don't know how. I've been laying out in the sun all day trying to get a tan, and I don't think it really worked because I still look the same shade. But I came back and showered, and now I really feel like doing my makeup. Sometimes I just get in these like sporadic moods of wanting to do my makeup and look pretty. I don't really know why. I also have a few transition videos in the drafts that I want to finish, so naturally we're just gonna get ready. Also, you didn't hear this from me, and I might cut this out, but I might be hanging out with the boy later. Okay, bronzing drops do wonders when the sun does not. I used to be the biggest fake tan enthusiast. I literally had fake tan on all the time, but I'm just gonna try to do natural tans now because the smell stained my sheets and I can't do the smell anymore. Also, I'm so excited I get to see my hometown friends so soon. These are the 2 girlfriends that I still keep in touch with from high school, and it's like when I see them, nothing has really changed, you know? I don't know, it's just so fun because I just don't get to see them as often as I'd like to, and I'm so excited. I went live last night and it was so much fun, and so many people asked me what concealer I use. This is the Fenty Beauty We're Even concealer, and I'm shade 175W. It turns out so even every time, and it doesn't crease. I'm also going to Paris in less than a week, which is so close. I didn't even realize like it was next week. I'm so excited because first of all, I've never even been to Europe before in my entire life, and I'm going with a friend that I met on social media, and I'm just really excited to meet her in person in general. And on top of that, my best friend is studying abroad in Spain right now, and I think she's coming to Paris like a day or two of when I'm there, and I'm so excited to see her. I haven't seen her in so long. Life is just so fun right now. I feel like I'm genuinely just living for me, and I'm learning so much about myself. I don't know, so much can just truly change when you're intentional about who you surround yourself with. My mascara is like so dried out, it's disgusting, but I feel like honestly it works kind of better when it is a little dry. Okay, I think the makeup is all done. I love you guys and we'll chat soon.
Can someone tell me why I can look decently good in a pair of bra and underwear? The second I put on a swimsuit, I'm ugly. I don't get it. Like, a bra and underwear and a swimsuit are the fucking same. I look so bad in a swimsuit. Also, tell me why I tried to buy a swimsuit and it's fucking $70 for the top alone. You're telling me $70 to show my fucking coochie on the beach? What? $70 to just cover a boobie. Coochie out. Coochie out. Illegal. It should be illegal. Need to do better. I'll not be buying another swimsuit off of Shein. I refuse to do it. Looks like we're all going naked this summer. If we do it together, it's not weird. All go swimming absolutely butt-ass naked. It's not that strange. It's only if you're like the odd man out. It's fine. It's not fine.
Mä oon yksi tatuointi, mitä mä kadun, ja se on tämä. Ei, se ei ole Miss Suomi tatuointi, niin kuin kaikki on saatana 10 vuotta kysynyt. Se on mun kuolleen ukin muistolle. Se nimi oli Martti, joten M niin kuin Martti, ei M niin kuin Miss Suomi. Silloin kun mä täytin 23, niin mä halusin sinä päivänä ottaa tatuoinnin mun isoisän muistolle. Se oli kuollut muutama vuotta aikaisemmin, se oli mulle tosi tärkeä. Plus me jaettiin sama syntymäpäivä. Siinä oli myös semmonenkin kiva leijeri. Ainoa tatuointistudio, mikä mä tiesin Helsingissä, oli Helsink, koska mä olin nähnyt sen joskus telkkarissa. Mä soitin sinne, mä sain samalle päivälle ajan. Tatuoija luonnosteli mulle tämän M-kirjaimen, sen paikan, jne. Mä en tykännyt. Arvaa, sanoinko sitä yhtään mitään? En tietenkään. Mä en siis uskaltanut sanoa tai pyytää mitään muutoksia. Mä vaan kannattelin ja ajattelin, että no ehkä mä opin tykkää siitä. Plus se iski sen niin saakelin syvälle edelleen joistain kohdista ihan superkoholla. Miettinyt useasti, pitäisikö mun poistaa toi. Se on kuitenkin mun isoisän muistolle meidän syntymäpäivänä otettu. Vaikka se on ruma, se on silti mulle tärkeä.
Being raised by a "they're just jealous of you" mom will completely change your outlook on life. Like, sometimes my friends are having an issue with somebody and I'll be like, maybe they're just jealous of you. And to them, that information is like completely revolutionary because sometimes that is the only explanation. Here's an example. Have you ever had a friend that tries to get oddly close to your boyfriend? I can almost guarantee you it's not because they actually want your boyfriend. It's just because they're jealous of you and they want what you have. In their mind, if they can get your boyfriend, then that means that they're like better than you. But take your boyfriend out of the situation, I bet they wouldn't even look twice at him because he doesn't have any value other than being associated with you. By the way, if one of your friends is like trying to hang out with your boyfriend one-on-one, that's very weird. Another example is if you've had a friend that tries to put you down in kind of subtle ways. Like imagine you're at a social event or something and you feel like you're really getting along with people, and then they make a comment to you, something along the lines of like, oh my god, you're being so loud right now. That to me just screams jealousy. Or like maybe you decide to dye your hair a new color and they say to you, oh, I thought the other color looked better. They're not like straight up calling you ugly, but they are putting you down. Or maybe you have a friend that is always complimenting everyone else, but they never compliment you. Guarantee you it's because they're jealous and they know that you're smart or beautiful or kind and have a ton of great qualities, but they don't want you to be aware of that. So they choose not to compliment you because they don't want you to be aware of all the things that make you great. This doesn't even have to just be about friends. Like, have you ever met somebody new and you're being totally nice to them, but they just don't give you that energy back? You'll be wondering like what you did to offend them. The truth is sometimes you didn't do anything. Sometimes it's just because they're jealous of you. The good news is I've met a lot of girls who are not jealous, and I have tons of friends who we build each other up, so hope is not all lost. If you're somebody who finds you get jealous of other people really easily, really take the time to build yourself up, because hating other people won't make you feel any better about yourself. Okay, that's all I have for now. Bye!
Since you were born, oh, 'cause you're the reason I believe in fate, you're my paradise.
On se prépare ensemble. Sous full face bouton. On adore. On va aller au restaurant de mon tonton. Oui, je vais mettre ça sur mes bras et tout. Parce que il y a un peu de soleil dehors. Quitte à en profiter, on va en profiter. Et pourquoi je saigne? Pourquoi je... Hein? Pourquoi je saigne? Quand c'est pas mon nez, en fait c'est ma bouche qui est en train de faire une hémorragie là. C'est trop pour moi là. Il y a du sang sur mon truc. Si, je peux pas me préparer là. Je vais couper un petit bout de coton. Ça va s'arrêter genre. Attends. Bon ben on va se préparer comme ça les gars. Que voulez-vous que je vous dise? Là moi-même je sais pas là. Sérieusement, à ce stade de l'aventure, je pourrais même croire que quelqu'un est en train de me jeter l'œil, clairement. Là en plus je me préparais, j'étais trop contente d'aller au restaurant de mon tonton pour manger des sushis. Bref, faites abstraction. Là, je vais mettre mon petit combo de sérum, sauve-moi si tu peux. Sérum propolis niacinamide, acide azélaïque, alpha-arbutine ou arbutin, je sais pas comment vous le prononcez, je veux juste qu'il me sauve la vie. Sérum calmant au thé vert et au panthénol. Je suis partie me renseigner et apparemment le rétinol c'est pas mal aussi, donc on va le mettre. Acide hyaluronique, me demandez pas, hein. Là moi je m'en fous. Hein. Moi, j'ai vu qu'apparemment, tu peux mettre autant de sérum que tu veux. Je vais essayer de tout faire pour sauver ma life. Je vais recommencer à mettre ma crème Drunk Elephant, tout simplement parce qu'avec celle-là, j'ai jamais eu de soucis. Ah, franchement, mes boutons, je sais pas du tout c'est dû à quoi. Est-ce que c'est parce que je me mouche trop et que je prends par ici le mouchoir et qu'à chaque fois, je racle? Là, franchement, mon bouton, vraiment, il sort de nulle part. Et celui-là, c'est moi qui l'ai gratté. Help. Je sais pas. SOS. Vérifier si ça saigne encore ce truc. Bon, ça saigne plus. Je vais mettre un masque pour les lèvres. J'ai ce Color Correcting Treatment de chez Dr. Jart. Ouh, j'ai failli le mettre sur les lèvres. On n'est pas mis partout parce que il y a certains endroits où je m'en fiche qu'il y ait des rougeurs. Ça reste hideux. En fait, les produits que je viens de mettre, genre ça cache les rougeurs bénignes. Là, ça c'est pas bénin du tout. Bref, après cette partie un petit peu SOS, je vais aller manger des sushis dans le resto de mon tonton. Je suis trop contente. Hier dans mon live, je pense que j'ai dû répéter au moins 50 fois que je voulais trop manger des sushis. Au final, mon chéri, il est venu comme ça, il m'a fait des corn dogs et j'étais trop contente. Du coup, j'ai grave mangé ces corn dogs. Genre. Là, franchement, on va pas faire un truc de fou non plus parce que regardez mes boutons. Moi, les boutons, je les vois comme ça. Plus tu les couvres, et plus c'est moche. Franchement, je vais essayer de la jouer assez soft. Là, je mets juste des illuminateurs de teint. En l'occurrence, même celui-ci, c'est un illuminateur de teint. Là, c'est pas aussi couvrant, on va dire, et c'est pas aussi épais qu'un fond de teint. Hier, en retestant l'anti-cerne ELF, je trouvais qu'il cachait grave bien les boutons. Malgré le fait que ça ajoute un peu de matière, je me dis que je vais pas le laisser trop longtemps chez mon tonton. On va juste manger. Donc là, je suis vraiment en mode SOS boutons. Ça fait vraiment 10 ans que j'ai pas eu de boutons de la sorte. Donc si vous avez des solutions, dites-moi. Je pense que c'est déjà beaucoup trop ce que je viens d'appliquer alors que j'ai un gros bouton dégueulasse. Je vais au moins ne pas trop mettre de poudre dessus pour pas l'étouffer, le bordel. Juste en appliquer expliquer comme d'hab, pas beaucoup. Oui, je suis partie faire des recherches. Du coup, j'ai vu une fille sur TikTok dire qu'elle utilisait de l'hémoxycidine ou hémoxydine, je me rappelle plus comment ça s'appelle. Apparemment, c'était trop bien que le bouton partait en 2 jours. En plus, j'ai regardé des vidéos et sur les vidéos, les gens ils disent qu'il ne faut surtout pas les toucher, ces boutons-là. De base, déjà, les boutons, il faut pas les toucher. Mais, oh my god, genre, je pouvais pas le laisser. D'ailleurs, Abrège Frère, il a abrégé la vidéo de moi et Eric, genre. Trop drôle. En plus, il y a plein de personnes qui ont déjà mentionné Abrège Frère sur mes vidéos. Moi, j'ai toujours répondu, mais il peut pas m'abréger. Parce que, genre, je fais des Get Ready With Me et du coup, ben, j'ai dit trop de trucs de contexte et de sujets différents, genre. Au final, il a quand même trouvé une vidéo pour m'abréger sans même parler. Genre, trop fort, en fait. En plus, c'est la vidéo avec mon chéri. Genre, trop drôle. Sur ce, moi, j'ai fini. Rejoignez-moi sur IG et... Et moi, je fais plein de gros bisous. Promis, bientôt, je vous fais une vidéo Nauda.
Get Ready With Me samalla kun mä kerron mun synnytyksestä. Okei, no aloitetaan siitä, että mä olin viikolla 39 plus 1 ja silloin oli kai tiistai. Joo. Ja sit mun supistukset alkoi niinku päivällä. Ne oli niinku, ei niin pahoivia silloin, niinku ihan siedettäviä. Sitten tiistai keskiviikko välisenä yönä. Mä en tuntenut mun liikkeitä niin 2 tuntia tai niin vauvan liikkeitä, niin en ollut tuntenut. Mulla oli supistuksia noin 10 minuutin välein, jotenka mä soitin sairaalaa ja ne sanoi, että mun kannattaa tulla niin käymään siellä, kattoo tilanne. Sairaalassa seurattiin sit vauvan sydämen sykkeitä ja liikkeitä ja kaikki oli fine. Mä olin 2 senttiä auki niin siinä vaiheessa ja sitten mä sain sellaisen niinku piikin tuohon reiteen, jonkun oksanesta tai joku tollanen, ja se auttoi niinku niihin mun supistuksiin, että se otti ne supistukset pois, koska mä olin vaan 2 senttiä auki, so ei mulle voitu laittaa tietenkään mitään epiduraalia tai tollaista vielä niinku tossa vaiheessa. Sitten ne tarkkaili siis vauvan sykkeitä ja liikkeitä niinku sen yön aamuun asti, että ne halus, että mä jään sinne. Sitten niin keskiviikkoaamuna mun supistukset ei ollut enää säännöllisiä. Ne alkoi niin lakkaamaan, sillä niitä oli ehkä 20 minuutin välein. Jotenka mut siirrettiin aamulla synnäriltä käynnistysosastolle. Käynnistysosastolla mä olin sellaisessa huoneessa, minkä mä jouduin jakamaan niin muiden naisten kanssa. Ja mä olin siellä koko keskiviikkopäivän ja mä olin vieläkin 2 senttiä vaan auki. Mulla oli supistuksia kuitenkin niin kuin koko ajan, jotenka mä pääsin keskiviikkoiltana sit omaan huoneeseen siellä käynnistysosastolla. Sitten mä kokeilin TENS-laitetta ja TENS-laite oli niinku ihan best. Se auttoi tosi paljon, koska mä tunsin mun supistukset alaselässä. Supistukset oli hirveet niinku koko yön, joten mä sain taas sellaisen oksanest niinku piikin reiteen, mikä auttoi mua ja otti ne supistukset kokonaan pois. Joten mä sain nukuttua kans hetken aikaa. Sitten mä pompin sellaisella niinku jumppapallolla ja sekin auttoi mun mielestä kipuihin vähän. Torstaina aamulla toi latenssivaihe, niin se vaan jatkuu eikä loppunut. Mä olin supistuksia välillä niinku muutaman minuutin välein ja sitten välillä taas 10 minuutin välein. Mun ne supistukset oli aika niinku kivuliaita. Mut sitten yhtäkkiä mun supistukset vaan loppu kokonaan. Mulla ei ollut puolea tuntia niinku yhtäkään supistusta. Ja siinä vaiheessa mä olin ihan done. Sitten mulle ehdotettiin synnytyksen niinku käynnistämistä, että sitä olisi nopeutettu, koska mun synnytys käynnistyi niin hitaasti. Mut mä sanoin kuitenkin ei, koska mä halusin, että se alkaa niinku naturaalisti, vaikka se oli jo kestänyt niinku oikeasti monta päivää. Ja koska ne mun säännölliset supistukset, niin ne oli niinku loppu, niin mähän lähdin sieltä niinku ilman lupaa kotiin hakemaan mun sairaalakassin, koska mä en ottanut sitä mukaan, koska mä luulin, että ne olisi lähettänyt mut niinku takaisin kotiin, joten sit mä tulin niinku kotiin hakea mun sairaalakassin ja sit mä kävelin sellaiset niinku pitkät portaat alas. Joo, imetystauko, mutta siis mä jatkan selittämistä samalla. Niin kuitenkin, sit mä menin sellaiset pitkät portaat niinku alas ja sit mulla alkoi niinku siitä tulla supistuksia ihan tosi tiheässä tahtiin. Mulla oli niinku 3 minuutin välein alkoi tulla sellaiset tosi kivuille ja niinku mä oikeasti huusin. Ja sitten niinku, tää oli niin huono tuuri, mitä mulla siis tapahtui. Mä olin ottamassa ratikkaa takaisin sinne sairaalaan. Ja sitten oli tapahtunut niin joku ratikkaonnettomuus ja koko liikenne oli pysähtynyt siitä. Eli mä en olisi voinut esimerkiksi tilata taksia, millä mä voin mennä, koska se liikenne oli siis pysähtynyt kokonaan. Siitä ei mennyt autot tai mitkään. Mä ootin 40 minuuttia niinku ratikkaa ja sitä ei ikinä tullut, joten mä vaan menin jollain ratikalla, mikä tuli, koska mä katsoin niinku reitin, millä mä myös pääsen, mutta mun olisi pitänyt tehdä sellainen vaihto. Sitten mä olin yhtäkkiä jollain niinku käpylässä ja sitten mä olin silleen, miss vitus mä oon mennyt väärään suuntaan. Mulla oli onneksi se TENS-laite koko ajan niinku päällä, jotenka se auttoi mua vähän niihin kipuihin, mutta mä vaan niinku huusin joka 3 minuutin välein siellä ratikassa. Ja sit mä olin siellä päättärillä, joten mä ootin, että se kääntyy niinku toiseen suuntaan, eli sinne oikeaan suuntaan, mihin mun olisi pitänyt mennä alun perin. Sitten mä vaan niinku oikeasti huudan siis siellä ratikassa, kaikki kysyy multa, että hei, onko sulla kaikki okei, onko sulla kaikki okei, niinku. Sitten mä olin silleen, ei oo kaikki okei, mä oon synnyttämässä. Sit mä vihdoin jäin pois ja sain vaihdettua niinku bussiin, millä mä nyt vihdoin pääsin taas sinne naisten klinikalle takaisin. Sitten kun mä olin päässyt naisten klinikalle, mä heti soitin niinku kätilön sinne ja sit mut katsottiin, että mä olin 5 senttiä auki. Ja mä olin siinä vaiheessa oikeasti niin sekaisin. Mä en ollut syönyt moneen päivään, enkä nukkunut moneen päivään oikein. Ja mä olin vaan ollut kivuissa monta päivää ja se oli niinku ihan hirveetä. Mutta mä olin ainakin iloinen, että mä olin hakenut sen mun sairaalakassin, että mulla oli mun kaikki tavarat mukana. Sitten mä kokeilin silloin torstaina päivällä sitä ilokaasua ekaa kertaa ja se oli niinku ihan fine, tai se oli niinku ihan hyvä, mutta vähän yliarvostettua, tai se mitä mä olin kuullut siitä, että se oikeasti auttaa ja tälleen, niin ei se kyllä oikein hirveästi niinku auttanut. Sitten mä en enää niinku oikeasti kestänyt niitä supistuksia, joten mut siirrettiin takaisin niinku synnytyssaliin ja siellä mä sain epiduraalin. Epiduraali oli ihana ja se vei kokonaan mun supistuskivut pois ja sit mä oikeastaan sain nukuttua sen 2 tuntia, kun se vaikutti. Ja ilokaasu oli rikki tossa synnytyssalissa. Ja sitten mulla laitettiin niinku toisen kerran Sitten mulla laitettiin toisen kerran epiduraaliin. Kätilö puhkas noin mun jotkut kalvot ja sit mun lapsivedet tuli. Sitten katsottiin, että mä olin 8 senttiä auki. Sitten 2 minuutin päästä mulla tuli niinku, tarve ponnistaa. Ponnistusvaiheessa sattui niin paljon, vaikka mulla oli kaikki maailman kivunlievitykset. Mun ponnistusvaihe kesti ehkä 10 minuuttia. Kun päätä alkoi vaan niin jo näkyy, sit kätilö kysyi, että haluanko mä kokeilla sitä päätä, vaikka vauva oli vielä niin muuten mun sisällä. Mä kokeilin päätä ja se tuntui niin vaan sellaiselta limaselta ja pehmeältä. Ponnistusvaihe meni muuten niin tosi hyvin ja sit mä vaan ponnistin tän tytön ulos. Et periaatteessa mä vaan synnytin tämän pääkohan ja sitten se koko vartalo vaan niinku tuli sieltä ulos. Sitten kun mä olin vielä niin kivuissa, niin mä sain pudendaalipuudutuksen vielä tonne alas, mikä niinku auttoi, että mä en tuntenut tossa vaiheessa niinku navasta alaspäin niinku mitään. Mulla oli oikeasti maailman paras tukihenkilö mukana ja se sai kunnian leikata napanuoran. Sitten saman tien istukkavaa painettiin niinku ulos, että painettiin mun mahasta ja sitten mun istukkava tuli niinku ulos. Ja tästä oli mun synnytys. Ja mulla oli maailman ihanin kätilö mun synnytyksessä ja mulla jäi tosi hyvä synnytyskokemus. Ja mä synnytin viikolla 39+4 perjantaina 12.4.